What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are back with another match day prediction video here for the UEFA Champions League, and we have now reached match day 5. But once again, I want to talk about the Predict 6 site before we get into my predictions for this match day. You guys can join this league that we have. We have a Zucc TV league that you guys can join. Click the link down in the description below and you could join it. And let's get now into my selections. And we start on Tuesday with Ajax taking on Benfica. Both these clubs don't have a win. Both these clubs don't have a draw. Both these clubs have 4 losses. Yes, both of them are literally staring at each other at the bottom of the table. Literally. This game it's shocking to me, honestly, that these two teams are down where they are. I thought they maybe would have performed maybe just a little bit better than they have. But it's hard to really gauge this one, to be honest with you, but I feel like this will be a very close battle nonetheless. But do one of these teams get a win? I do not think so. I don't think either team's going to lose this game. I think it's going to be a draw straight up. I'm just going to call it as a 2-2 draw. Next up, we got Galatasaray taking on USG. Now, USG started out the campaign with actually a victory, right? It looked promising for them. And now it's kind of fallen off the rails a bit. 3 straight losses. Galatasaray has 3 wins themselves, only 1 loss. This game is really leaning towards Galatasaray unless USG can perform kind of how they did in match day 1, although I don't think that will be the case. I'm taking Galatasaray straight up here. 2-1 will be the final score. Our next match is between 2 more teams that are kind of near the bottom of the table. It's Bodo Glimt taking on Juventus. Juventus definitely a shocker for where they are. Obviously, you'd say that they would have a better performance than they have throughout this campaign so far. But it's just been very staggered performance by them. It hasn't been anything crazy. It hasn't been anything horrible. But they do need to put some more performances together. But considering how they have done this Champions League so far, I just can't really see that happening. And Bodo Glimt has the ability to surprise some people. I think they really do. And I think it will kind of happen here. I'm going to take them for a 1-1 draw here between them and Juventus. Now for this next match, it's another one where the teams are flipped from where I think they probably should be. And it's Qarabag taking on Napoli. Now, Napoli is actually below Qarabag in the table. Qarabag has performed way above expectation, I think, from a lot of people so far in the Champions League. And Napoli has really underperformed. And I just can't pick them here to lose this game, to be honest with you. I feel like this is a game where we will know how good Qarabag really is. Look, we know Napoli has had a stellar couple of years, right, in the Italian league. But where are they in Champions League play? You know, are they going to be good enough to beat Qarabag here? Or are they not? If they don't, well, Napoli could be in the absolute garbage bag. I don't think that will happen. I think they'll actually come out and crush Qarabag 3-1, the final score. Next up on Tuesday, we have Dortmund taking on Villarreal. This is one that I would probably call a draw, but I've said it a couple times with Villarreal, and it has not been that case. It has not been the case of that. I feel like Dortmund should win this one pretty easily. And now watch this be the one that Villarreal actually takes a draw. That'd be pretty funny, but I don't think that'll be the case here. I think Dortmund are the stronger team. I think the yellow and black will beat the straight yellow kit team 2-1. And for our final game here, before we get to the Predict 6 games, we have Slavia Praha taking on Athletic Club. Once again, another game where both these teams are very close together in the standings. Now, you'd probably predict that this would be a draw in this case, but I can't really see that. I think Athletic Club is a much stronger team than Slavia Praha. I don't think, you know, much stronger as in they will crush them. I still think, though, they will get the win, in my opinion. I believe Athletic Club, will get the victory 2-1. Alright, so here we are on the Predict 6 site. Once again, link down in the below if you want to join the Zucc TV League. We start with our first game between Marseille and Newcastle here, and obviously you're getting the preview of the other games down below. Now, a lot of people are looking at a draw here, maybe a Newcastle victory. I'm actually going to go with a draw, 2-2 draw. 12% of the popular predictions, I'm taking 2-2. What will the score be at halftime? Honestly, I'm going to go with 1-1. I feel like 1-1 is just a safe bet there. I'll go with that. Will someone take a penalty in this match? I do not believe so. I'm going to say no. And then for the final question, will Paixão or Barnes score in this match? You know what? With it being 2-2, I'm going to say yes. I think one of them will. There you go. So Marseille and Newcastle will end in a 2-all draw. Next up, we have ourselves Man City taking on Bayer Leverkusen. This one's really looking towards Man City, and obviously the popular predictions say that. However, Leverkusen has looked a whole lot better in Bundesliga play ever since they made that coaching change just a few months ago. I believe this will be an absolute shootout. I think it'll be a close game, and I think it will be a draw here. I'm very serious. I'm actually going to go with a 2-all draw once again. I know that's kind of crazy, but I believe that will be the case. Will there be a goal in the first half? I'm going to say yes. Will Haaland score in the second half? In the second half, though. You know what? I'm going to say yes to that, too. That's 8 points. I'll take that. And will there be 3 or more goal scorers in this match? Well, if I say it's going to be 2-2, that's 4. I'm saying yes. There you have it. Man City will draw with Leverkusen at 2-all. And for our final game here on the Tuesday, even though you're kind of getting to see Wednesday down below there, we have Chelsea taking on Barcelona. Now, the popular predictions lean towards Barcelona's way or a draw itself. Chelsea is second in the Premier League right now, so maybe a bit of people looking a bit more Chelsea's way. I'm going to actually go with the 34% of people here. I'm going to say it will be 2-1 for Barcelona. Let's see which team will score first. I'm going to say Barcelona will. Will Fermin Lopez score in the second half? I'm actually going to say no. I don't think he will. And will Chelsea keep a clean sheet? Well, judging by the fact that they give up 2 goals, I'm going to say no. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oops. I'm going to say no, they will not. There you have it. Chelsea, Barcelona. It will go Barcelona's way at 2-1. And now we go to Wednesday's matches, and we start with Pathos taking on Monaco. These two teams, I mean, have played in some crazy games overall to start this campaign, and they have shocked a couple of people. I think they've shocked me a couple of times as well, judging by their performances. Maybe not the results, but the performances, you know, they've kind of showed up a little bit. They just have not been able to show out, I guess is the proper term. But I can't see one of these teams winning this one. I think it'll be a gritty matchup, but I think it'll also be a low-scoring one for that matter. I'm actually going to say this will be a 1-all draw between the two sides. And now we have another game where two teams are at the bottom of the standings. It is Copenhagen taking on Kairat Almaty. Yeah, another game where they're side by side. I kid you not, side by side in the table. It's tough to call these ones. You know, I called a draw earlier between, you know, Ajax and Benfica. So how do you call this one? I still think Copenhagen is a very strong team, although Kairat Almaty can really prove a team wrong. I don't see that happening here. I really do believe this will go Copenhagen's way. Maybe not so much as a big thrashing, but definitely a good solid victory. I'll say it'll be 2-0 to Copenhagen. And now we got ourselves Real Madrid on the road taking on Olympiacos. I mean, is there much really to talk about in this one? I don't really know, to be honest with you. I feel like this is really pointing one direction. I think a lot of people will agree with me on that too. It's hard to say that Olympiacos has a chance in this one at all. It really does. It really does. They might get a goal. I don't think they will. It will be 4-0 Real Madrid in my opinion here. And next up, we have Sporting taking on Club Brugge. I feel like this is going to be a high-scoring game. I really do. I mean, Sporting is kind of up there in the table right now, which might shock a couple people considering the teams that are below them. But this is the brilliant bit about this new Champions League format. You never know what you're going to get, and I think we're not going to expect this at all, although I do. I think it'll be a high-scoring one. I think Sporting will come out with the victory here, and I'm calling it a 3-2 game, a very high-scoring one between the two sides. And now we go to Frankfurt, where they are taking on Atalanta. This is going to be a really tight game. It's another one of those where I think it will just be a very close battle between the two sides, maybe a back-and-forth one for that matter. But again, it's just, I feel like just considering how close they are in the standings, even though it's by 3 points, because Atalanta has that victory, I just can't see an overall winner here. I think it's going to be a tough-fought battle, but without a winner. It's going to be a 2-all draw between Frankfurt and Atalanta. And for our final match here, before we go back to the Predict 6 site, it's between PSG and Tottenham. Tottenham. I don't know what to say about last weekend's result against Arsenal. I really don't. It was really rough to watch. It really was. And I don't know what to say about this one. I really don't. PSG is a very strong side. PSG is probably gonna kill you guys. Maybe not completely, but definitely by a good margin. I just can't see Tottenham having a chance in this one. I really just don't. I really don't. Let's see. 3-0 to PSG. I just can't. I can't see this going Tottenham's way at all. It's PSG all the way. All right, and we are back on the Predict 6 site here, and we start with Liverpool taking on PSV. Now, once again, a lot of people, as you can see there, looking at the popular predictions, are saying Liverpool all the way. I agree with them, but I'm actually going to go for more of the lesser amount there, the 11%er. I'm going to say it will be 2-1 to Liverpool. Just because of their struggles recently in the Prem, I feel like it won't be able to correlate. They won't have the result that they've had in the Prem recently against PSV. I still think they will win, but it will be troublesome. Who will score first? I'm going to say Liverpool since they are the home side. What will be the score at halftime? I'm just going to say 1-0. I feel like 1-0 will be the score. And who will be the player of the match? Well, if Liverpool are going to win, I have to go with one of them. I'm probably going to go... I'm going to go with Mo Salah. I feel like Mo Salah will have a great game, and he will be the man of the match for me. There you have it. Liverpool to beat PSV 2-1. And now we go to what should be the match of the week. Arsenal taking on Bayern Munich. Once again, Bayern is taking on a team that is right below them in the standings in spot number 2. Man, what a match this is going to be. Incredible two sides. Arsenal coming in with the high-powered offense. Bayern have just been an absolute workhorse this season. They haven't lost a game. That's how big they have been so far this year. That's in everything too. Bundesliga, Champions League, and all the German tournaments as well. They have not lost a game. Arsenal on the other side, top of the Prem. They're flying high coming off their big win against Tottenham. This is, I hate to say this, I can't see a winner in this one. I really don't. I said that last time around with Bayern. I can't see it again here. I'm actually going to agree with the 19% of folk here. It will be a 2-2 draw. I really do believe that. And I do believe there will be 3 or more goals, considering I say it's going to be 2-2. Will Arsenal score? I'm going to say yes because, well, I picked them to score 2 goals. And will Kane score in the second half? Harry Kane? I'm going to say yes. I feel like Harry Kane will score. There you have it. 2-2 between Bayern and Arsenal. And just to wrap things up here on the Predict 6 website, we got Inter, we got Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid has been on fire as of late. They've won a lot of games, and a lot of people are kind of going Madrid's way. I just don't really see that, considering how Inter has played so far in the Champions League this season. I think within the tournament, Inter has definitely been the much better team. Will that outside of the tournament be able to correlate for Madrid? Who knows? I don't think so. I'm going to go agree with the 34% of fans here, going with Inter to be 2-1. Will there be a goal in the second half? I will say yes, there will be. Will Alvarez get the assist on the goal? I'm going to say yes. I really do believe that. And will Inter keep a clean sheet? Well, judging by the fact I say Atletico scores, I'm going to say no. So there you have it. To Inter to defeat Atletico Madrid 2-1. And of course, everyone, before we leave this website, I have to pick my ×2 booster to see if I could get double points here on one of these games. If I had to pick one, if I had to be so confident in one, I'm actually maybe, I'm going to be ballsy here. I'm going to be ballsy. I'm going to say my ×2 booster. I'm going to pick it here. I'm picking Bayern. I think they will be. That will be my ×2 booster where I get double the points. I'm taking the Bayern Arsenal game to be my ×2 booster here on Predict 6. So there you have it, everyone. Those are my predictions for match day 5 here in the Champions League. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, whether I picked the right teams, whether I picked the wrong teams, or let me know down below what are your picks for this match day. Also, leave a like on the video if you haven't yet, and subscribe to the Zucc TV channel for more Champions League content just like this. I'll be doing predictions from every single match day all the way to the end. And also click the bell to be notified of when I post. And remember to click the link down below to join the Zucc TV Predict 6 League on UEFA.com. The link's down below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the games over the next couple of days. Peace.